I was 18 when I realized my father didn't fear failure. He feared my independence. The acceptance letter arrived on a Thursday, thick envelope, university seal, my name in bold ink. I didn't open it right away. I just held it against my chest and imagined a different life. Dorm rooms, libraries, professors who would say my name with respect. Not "you're just a girl." When I finally opened it, my hands were shaking. Congratulations. One word changed everything. I should have hidden it. Instead, I walked into the living room and handed it to him. That was my mistake. The fire that wasn't about college. He read it slowly. His jaw tightened. "You applied without asking me." "It wasn't a question. I wanted to make you proud," I said. That's when he laughed. Proud. As if that word didn't belong in the same sentence as me. "You think you're too good for this house?" he said. Before I understood what was happening, he was in my room. Drawers opening. Shelves crashing. My trophies hit the hallway floor. The mirror shattered. "Dad, stop!" But he didn't stop. He carried everything outside. Even the small wooden box under my bed. The one with letters from my grandmother. And then, the quilt. Hand-stitched, soft blue patches. Tiny, uneven stars. My grandmother had sewn it the year before she died. "For when you go somewhere big," she had whispered. Maybe she knew. "Not that," I begged. For a second, I saw hesitation. Then it vanished. He poured lighter fluid and struck a match. The flames rose fast. Orange. Violent. Final. Neighbors peeked through curtains. Nobody came outside. And as smoke climbed into the sky, he looked at me and said, "This is what happens when you forget your place." I didn't cry, not because I wasn't broken, but because I understood something in that moment. He needed me small, and I would never be small again. The night I left, at 3 a.m., I packed what little survived. 2 shirts that hadn't burned, my acceptance letter, and $73 I had saved secretly. I stood in the doorway of that house one last time. It didn't feel like home anymore. It felt like a warning. When I stepped outside, I didn't know where I was going. I just knew I wasn't staying. The years no one saw. The first year was the hardest. I slept on a friend's couch, worked at a diner where customers snapped their fingers at me, studied in bathroom stalls during breaks. There were nights I wanted to call him, to apologize, to go back. But then I'd remember the quilt. I'd remember the smell of smoke in my hair. And I'd swallow the weakness. I graduated early. Top of my class. Professors noticed me. One of them recommended me for an internship at a small real estate firm. That internship changed everything. I learned fast. Numbers made sense to me. Properties, mortgages, foreclosures. How easily someone could lose everything. How legally. How quietly. The address. 6 years passed. I had my own apartment, a stable income, a reputation. One afternoon, my colleague dropped a foreclosure list on my desk. "Some interesting properties this month," he said casually. I scanned the page. And then, I saw it. My childhood address. My hands went cold. Unpaid mortgage. 3 months behind. Bank seizure pending. I stared at the numbers. He was losing the house, the same house he burned my dreams in. For a long time, I said nothing. That night, I couldn't sleep. Part of me wanted to ignore it. Let the bank take it. Let strangers live in that backyard. But another part of me saw something else, not revenge, power. The next morning, I made a decision. "Prepare a private purchase offer," I said. The plan, the bank didn't care who bought it, just that someone did. I didn't use my personal name at first. Everything was handled through the firm, professional, clean. Silent. He had no idea. Until the letter arrived. Certified mail. Final transfer notice. New ownership. My full legal name. I made sure it was printed clearly. No initials. No abbreviations. He would know. The call. My phone rang that evening. Unknown number. I answered anyway. Silence. Then his voice. You bought the house. Not a question. A realization. Yes. Another silence. Longer this time. You're gonna throw me out. He sounded smaller than I remembered. And for a second, I felt something twist inside me. I could. Legally. Easily. I thought about the fire. About the quilt. About 18-year-old me standing in smoke. And then I said no. Silence. But you won't control me ever again. The visit? I went there 2 days later. The house looked older. Smaller. He opened the door slowly. His hair had more gray. His shoulders less broad. For the first time in my life. He didn't look powerful. He looked tired. We stood in the living room, the same living room where he had laughed at the word proud. You did all this without me, he said quietly. Yes. I thought I was protecting you. From what? I asked. The world. I looked around. You were the only thing that ever tried to burn me. That landed. Hard. The boundary. I handed him a lease agreement. Fair rent. Clear rules. Respect required. This is my house now, I said calmly. You can stay. But the fear stops here. His hands trembled slightly as he held the papers. For the first time, I saw something in his eyes I had never seen before. Not anger. Not control. Regret. The real victory. Driving away that day, I didn't feel triumphant. I felt free, because revenge would have meant becoming him, power without cruelty, success without destruction. That was my answer. He burned everything I owned to teach me a lesson. He did. He taught me that security isn't given. It's built. And 6 years later, I didn't come back with matches. I came back with ownership. Final words for voiceover impact. They tried to shrink you. They tried to scare you. They tried to make you doubt your worth. But sometimes the fire that was meant to destroy you becomes the light that guides you. And the most powerful revenge is becoming untouchable. Would you like